Boy Named If, and it's the latest offering by Elvis Costello and the Imposters. I found out who the Imposters were. I should have known this, but they're actually the Attractions, less Bruce Thomas. So it's basically because he got sacked or he went off in a tiff in the 90s. This, would you believe it, following his arrival onto the music scene in 1977, would you believe it, with My Aim Is True, this is his 32nd studio album. This guy is prolific, and he treats the traditional rock quartet as the ideal medium for this offering. It's delicate, it's concise, it's witty, and it really does rock. Streamlined band type album, minimum of arrangements, which is quite different from Costello's recent offerings, where he has perhaps overdone those arrangements. It's back to those early Attraction days, and I really loved it. And so I'm going to go through some of the tracks now. I've listened to this, I think, 3 times, so I'm not that familiar with it, but it's on this review anyway, so let's get on with it. Farewell starts, it's a standard rocker. Then we got the title track, where Steve Neve introduces that slow sort of organ that was typical of this year's model. Weird distorted strings as well at the outro. Then Penelope Halfpenny. It's a jocular music hall-like song, which gives you a feeling of trust in what you're doing. The difference skips out the out of the speakers. It's got a great rhythmic hook. And what if I can't give you anything but love? It sounds like it was fully transported from the 1980 albums. It's got a vicious guitar break as well, which I was glad to hear. And then track 6, Paint the Red Rose Blue, is an impassioned pop ballad, a serene piece of music, classic Costello. Then moving on, Mistook Me for a Friend, could almost have been an outtake on this year's model. It's fiery in parts, and Naive's piano leads us to the final few bars. Another beauty, My Most Beautiful Mistake. Neat feminine harmonies on here. It's got Beatles-style guitars, very much a ballad from that era. But it's got a bit of attitude, and it's another strong song. And then Magnificent Hurt, another steamy rocker with some great pumping organ, very chaotic in parts. And then The Man You Love to Hate sways in like we're in a bar room, and it's got a music hall Kinks-like feel. Some great piano from Neve again. The politics feeds through on this one as well at the outro. And it reminded me of The Entertainer, Laurence Olivier, that sort of feel. Beauty is track 11, The Death of Magic Thinking. The rolling drums from Pete Thomas are a standout here, and they greet this pulsating punky rock piece. It's another piece of classic Costello punk style rock music. And then we're into lounge jazz French style for Trick Out the Truth. There's some cute acoustic guitar here, and an accordion and a glockenspiel. But it has a very seaside feel to it. God's Comet rang a bell to me as well. And then we've got the sweet ballad to end, Mr. Crescent. Well, for 3 listens, I'm well impressed with this piece of work. It caught me much quicker than the album in 2020, Hey Clockface. This is more like it, and it's going to be a strong contender for my end of the year top 10. Please, anybody who likes Costello will love this. So that is my 4th offering, and that wraps up the first video.